Thom Bennett, Thom Bennett. What are we going to do with you, Thom Bennett? Thom Bennett making me feel like I need to make a video at after 2 a.m. in the morning on a Wednesday night. Obviously you're an important man, but all jokes aside, welcome to the VC. We're more than glad to have you. I'm very excited to do your contest. I'm very into the ideas, the things that you've been wanting us to respond to. Maybe if you can't tell, I'm going to get out of the way for people who are my normal viewers and subscribers. I haven't had a real time to relax in a while. So, came home tonight. Don't have to work until tomorrow night for the overnight shift on Thursday. So I had a couple drinks. So I'm totally like having so much fun with this video right now. So don't hold me to anything I say. Except unless I win the contest. If I win the contest, hold me to it. So, Thom Bennett, it's so cool meeting you, man. Chris is the only guy I've actually met in the VC in person. I have a fiance named Mary. Me and Mary went out and actually visited Chris as well as Marissa and spent the whole day with them and went crate digging. It was awesome and I had a lot of fun with that. Maybe you've seen Chris's video with me and him together, so you know who I am possibly. If not, then cool. Welcome. My name is Tim. Welcome to the channel, Timothy John Henderson. Also, I'm from Long Island as well. I'm from Long Island originally. I'm from Long Beach. I'm going to New York at the end of the month. It's kind of a tight weekend. I don't go there as much anymore. I'm from Long Beach originally, but you know, I live in Charlotte now, and I go to visit when I have to go to something particular. I'm going to a wedding this weekend. So, not this weekend. I'm going to a wedding in the last weekend of June. But there's a day I'm going to be going to the city. If you're interested and it sounds like a good idea, if you don't mind joining me and friends of mine that you don't know, if you want to go and join me, go vinyl record shopping if we have time, or if not, just hang out. I'm more than welcome to have you join us if you want to meet some people. So just hit me up and let me know about that. That's like June 29th. No, it's Saturday. 28th would be the Friday. June 28th would be the Friday. So let me know. Mr. Thom Bennett, questions. Okay, let me grab records here. My phone is set up right underneath the record shelf. So, the first thing you asked about were the crushes. And, I'm not going to pull out Drake, even though Drake would be good. Because I'm looking through my D sections right now. But, people might find this hard to believe, but I actually didn't really know much. Oh, I'm in the wrong section. I gotta look in the H section. Sorry, sir. Please, Thom Bennett, don't hold it against me. Thom, please. Ooh, I want to pull her out too. Ooh, I'm totally pulling her out. I'm winging this, Thom. So I hope you're having fun with this, because I really hope you stick with me through this video, because I'm trying to find my one lady. Ooh, okay. So my original choice was a lady that we all know and love named Debbie Harry. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but you know, a lot of music is new to me, a lot of music isn't new to me, and that's the great thing about the VC. For everything you do know, there's things you don't know. You mentioned you have a master's in film. I went to SUNY Binghamton. I have a bachelor's degree in film. I always feel the same about film. For every movie that people say they haven't seen, this movie that I have seen. So, you know, I haven't seen a lot of big popular films. I haven't seen a single Rambo movie. I haven't seen a single Indiana Jones movie. But then again, I've probably seen a lot of, you know, Yosujiro Ozu films and a lot of Wong Kar-wai films and things like that. So, you know, there's things you see, things you don't see, things you hear, things you don't hear. Debbie Harry is one of them, and so is Blondie. I recently actually just got a Blondie record, my very first Blondie record. I never listened to any Blondie. I got E to the Beat, which was fun. Listen to it. I only went through it once, but I enjoyed it. But I'm telling you, I don't know. I know Blondie has a reputation, but I really don't think that Blondie's going to beat this album. You know, this is Debbie Harry's first solo album, Cuckoo. This album is just unbelievable. It just really shows how much diversity she has, how many styles she has, and all the great musicianship that she owns. And I mean, who doesn't love Debbie Harry? Have you ever seen Film Guy? As you are, I'm sure you're familiar with David. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank just because I've had a couple drinks. Not David Lynch. Not David Lynch. My man. You're gonna want to kill me because I'm saying this. Oh, Cronenberg. You're gonna kill me if I didn't know it. Cronenberg. I never realized that Debbie Harry was our girl in Videodrome, and I love Cronenberg's films, and Videodrome blows me away. By the way, off to the side, the best Cronenberg film, in my opinion, that's just unbelievable, is Dead Ringers with Jeremy Irons. But anyway, Debbie Harry, that's my crush. But since I was looking in the H's, trying to find Debbie, let's put this lady out there, Phyllis Hyman. A very big Phyllis Hyman fan. This is the only 2 vinyls I have, but I also have 2 cassettes of hers from different albums, and I just know her work. Phyllis Hyman is just one of those singers that, she tragically committed suicide. Everything she touched, no matter what kind of song or style it was, she always sang the hell out of it, and she was amazing at it. And so, Phyllis Hyman is just an amazing singer. Check her out. I recommend it if you haven't. This is the one I'd recommend in terms of look at those lips. Can you really say something against those lips? I don't think you could. I don't think anyone could. And by the way, we're listening to Jimmy Spheeris, I Love You, which is a really great album. Want to get more into this artist? This is his first album, Super Rests. If you don't know him, Thom Bennett. It is his West. His name is SUPRAWES on YouTube. He recently got one of his later records. It's cool to see other people listen to Jimmy Spheeris, because Mary, my fiance, found this album in a dollar bin, and I almost didn't get it, and I did, and it's great. And if you check out YouTube, there's a song called I Am the Mercury, and I Am the Mercury is what's up. Second question. Let me see how I am doing on time. Woo! 7 minutes and 47 seconds. First of all, okay, so second question. I'm gonna just rub off on you. I know that I'm not copying or trying to do anything like that and just not thinking about it. I'm totally with you. Wilco is one of those bands I don't get, but I do get. Here's the thing. I never really got or cared about much about Wilco. Heard Yankee Foxtrot Hotel when it came out and was sort of like, a couple songs stood out to me, but, it was whatever. It didn't stick with me like other albums do. The only album, then in college, an album of theirs really did stick out with me, so here's the exception. Sky Blue Sky is the album that really I got into and loved on my own. So I would recommend, if you're saying you don't get Wilco, which I completely get it, so coming from a person who you can relate to, who says even after listening to that album and loving that album and liking that album, saying I still don't get them, check out Sky Blue Sky, and I think you'll be more opened up to them. On and on and on. The final track on the album is a great closer, but honestly, listen to the full album and they really make the closer stronger. Shows a lot of Beatles influence. I'm not gonna lie, don't get the Beatles either. I like the Beatles, I don't mind the Beatles, but when I say I don't get it for Wilco and Beatles, it's because I think people are just so crazy about them, and I don't understand why they're so crazy about them. Yeah, the Beatles are good, I understand. I'm not gonna try to undermine the Beatles, but at the same time, it's not that I don't get them, I think people just go a little bit too hard on them and don't realize that there's other things that they offer. There's other bands that are offering great things. Let's take an example. Let's see, what do I have here? There's something in my mind in particular. A record. Okay, so for example, I recently got this CD. It's an album. I never knew this artist. It's that one guy who writes everything by Carl Wallinger, and he goes by the name of World Party. The album Goodbye Jumbo. This album has a lot of Beatles influence. I understand that. I know how Wilco's Sky Blue Sky has a lot of influence from the Beatles. But I'd much rather listen to this than the Beatles albums. Not gonna lie. One of my favorite Beatles songs I really enjoy is called, I think it's called Yes It Is. It's a B-side of Ticket to Ride. I actually like Yes It Is, the B-side of Ticket to Ride, than a lot of other stuff. But yes, I would like to get into more Beatles. I'm not gonna lie. I like to find some more albums of theirs that I can listen to, but I still think they're overrated. I feel bad saying it. Overrated. Overrated by their fans. Not overrated musically. Overrated by their fans. Wilco, Sky Blue Sky is great, but other than that, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't click with me. Here's what got me. One of my closest buddies, who I still is my closest buddy to this day, who I love, who's a big Wilco fan, he said, and he put something together once in a sentence where he said that that Wilco was on the same page as Radiohead, and I could go on and on about disagreeing. But I don't know enough about Wilco's side of the story to really have great, sides to represent them. But I just feel like there's I still feel like I just know that there's not a contest between Wilco and Radiohead. I had Being There on vinyl. I found it for a good price. The double album Being There. I love the song Sunken Treasure. I'm not gonna lie. There's some great individual Wilco songs. I think Sunken Treasure is great. But I didn't care enough with the album, and I traded it in to get store credit. One last thing. Forget my time. I got 3 minutes. I do 15-minute videos on my phone. I was really enjoying what you said, Mr. Bennett, about Deftones and how you didn't get them, and how there's one of the bands that you're like, gotta see live, and you get them, and you're like, huh? But then you saw them and you loved them. I'm gonna put this in as a little bit of a difference, a little bit of a not exactly, what your second question was in terms of a band or something you just don't get. I mean, a band you don't get. But here's what I'm gonna say: I love the Deftones. They're one of the biggest bands that influenced me in high school years. And I feel they're one of the bands that just always, they're like Radiohead to me. No matter what they put out, it's always very, solid. But what I don't get, I'm going to play you one of their softer songs that's incredible. What I don't get is people who talk about this album. If you haven't heard this self-titled album, I recently, actually, speaking of winning, I'm so excited about winning that Ghostface vinyl. I won this gift from Mark, Dr. Deadwax. He let me pick anything on Amazon. I picked this. Check this out. The song is called Anniversary of an Uninteresting Event. Most beautiful song I ever heard him do. This, to me, is my personal favorite Deftones album. Loved Adrenaline, loved Around the Fur, loved White Pony, but I don't feel like White Pony really stands the test of time. I went back to it and didn't do it for me like other people say it does. Their self-titled Deftones album, for me, is my personal favorite, and I feel like it just has a nice variety of every single style that they do. And one thing I don't get, in terms of the second question, I think you just don't understand, is the hate and why the people that aren't down with this album. Because people like this album, people love it, but there's a lot of people who just don't. It doesn't have as wide of a claim as White Pony does. This is the album that will turn you onto the Deftones. Second choice for turning onto Deftones, Around the Fur. But this one is really the one that's going to really exhibit what they do as a band. And I'd highly recommend it then, if you haven't listened to the albums yet. Maybe you're already familiar. Also my favorite artwork, but I'm going to take you out on this beautiful song, buddy. Thom Bennett, thank you for letting me enter a contest Thanks for joining the VC. Look forward to seeing more videos of you. Peace out.